not listening to all that blather anymore. Better keep on. Some people never learn.
This camp ain't big enough for the both of us.
Pardon me?
There ain't no room for people who steal from the ore barons.
Oh, that's what you mean. Why didn't you just say so?
Put the weapon! Put the... Ah! A fight!
What do you intend to do with the weapon?
A fight!
Lucky for you. Just get out of here. Let's go to the new camp.
Okay, follow me.
People always do.
That's really not.
If you think.
There must be something about this story after maybe.
Well, here we are. When you pass through the gate, you'll reach the new camp. Talk to Lars. He will help you. Give this to him. It's a precious ring. It's your ticket to see Lars. You need a good reason to be allowed to meet him. Well, thinking about it, I think I'll stay here for some time. I've earned enough for now, and things are heating up in the old camp. If you want, come and meet me at the bar. It's the hut out on the lake. Take care.
See you.
Hello?
Show me your goods.
Choose something.
Was it very clever? I doubt it's ever likely to change. Leave everything.
How are things?
Not too bad, but I don't have anything to smoke.
I have swamp weed. Do you want some?
Hey man, don't take the piss, okay? I don't like it. It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
I'm not listening to all that blathering anymore.
Hi, I'm new here.
So what?
I'm not listening
What
to
are you
all that
doing?
blathering.
What's it look like? I'm smoking. If you think I'll let you have a drag, forget it.
Aren't you going to try and stop me? Ask me what or something.
Nah, that's too much trouble for me. Besides, someone like you won't do much damage in there.
What's it like inside?
Like always, calm, just a couple of brawls.
If you think.
As long as I'm not...
That's not really my problem.
How are you?
Man, what do you think? Eating rice all day and waiting all the time for a chance to get some ore, then off to the bar and fill myself up to the brim with rice schnapps.
Is there anything I should know about this place?
In the middle of the cave, there's a huge hole full of ore. If you're planning on getting your hands on it somehow, forget it. I tried it myself once, but those mercenaries keep watch night and day.
Who's the boss?
You've just come from the old camp, huh? Nobody's the boss here. That damn Lee keeps trying to keep us on a leash. We do as we see fit. If we did have any kind of a boss, it'd be Lars. But he's wise enough not to get involved in other people's business.
I want to join you.
Lars decides who gets to join the gang, but you'll need a good reason if you want to see him.
Like what?
Like someone sending you to him.
Where can I find Lee?
Go into the big cave. Keep to your right and go right up to the top.
Where can I find Laris?
Right at the back, on the left-hand side of the big cave. You can't miss it. As soon as his guys stop you, you'll know you've found him.
What goes on here?
You've not been here long, have you? The mages have been preparing for the blasting of the ore mound for years. They say it won't be long now. At least it looks that way, considering the huge mound that the scrapers have assembled so far.
What can you tell me about this camp?
It's a kind of community for community's sake, if you know what I mean. We all do as we please, but there are so many of us that Gomez can't wipe us out that easily. Although that's probably what he dreams of at night.
What do you have to do with Gomez?
We steal from him.
Who's your leader?
Lars is the head of the gang. Most folks accept him. But he don't tell us what to do.
What do I have to do to join the camp?
You can join our gang, but first you have to prove you're against Gomez.
How do I do that?
If I were you, I'd get something important from the old camp, or the old mine, and take it to Lars.
How's it going?
And what do you want?
I want to know more about this camp.
Then go on in. Take a look around. So long as you're not one of Gomez's men, No one will stop you.
Who calls the shots around here?
Lee's the head of the mercenaries, if that's what you mean. I'm no mercenary, and I'm damned if I'll let them boss me around.
What do I have to do to join the camp?
Go out into the fields and help the peasants collect the rice.
Hey, just arrived. We need somebody to take some water to the peasants in the rice fields. This way you can make friends with a few people. What do you think?
Sure, I'll be glad to help.
Great. Go to the rice lord. He'll give you the water and tell you everything you need to know.
What are you doing here?
I'm working for the rice lord. If you need something, ask Lefty.
You take care of the rice fields, don't you?
Why? You looking for work?
Lefty sent me.
Oh yeah? What did he say?
I'm to bring the peasants some water.
Right. Here's a dozen bottles of water. There's about twice that amount of peasants, so make sure you share it out evenly.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm working for the rice lord. If you need something, ask Lefty.
How's it going?
There's a lot of work. We need a lot of rice to feed all these people.
Is there anything I should know about this place?
Be careful at the camp, boy. A lot of cutthroats hang out there, just waiting to lay their hands on a newcomer like you.
Do you have a leader?
Well, you could say the Rice Lord's our leader, but most of us only work for him because they're scared of him and his thugs. Not like me. Well, I've been around a few years, and I've had enough of being knocked around by the rogues in the camp. The rice fields are just right for me.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
How are you?
We're working our butts off to make sure we get something to eat.
Tell me about this camp.
It's full to the brim with bastards. If it was up to me, I'd have the mercenaries throw all the rogues out of the camp. They don't do their share and only make trouble.
Whose job is it to make sure everything goes according to plan in the fields?
Everyone's. The rice lord's supposed to be watching over the work. But if you ask me, he spends all day sitting in his bunker counting his sacks. Well, him and Homer did set all this up.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, man. A bit longer and I'd have started drinking mud. What are you doing here? You looking for trouble?
Hey, relax. I'm a newcomer.
Huh? You look okay, though. You never know. You get new guys come along thinking they're it every day.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, man. I was just about to start drinking the mud.
What's a man like you doing with the peasants?
Lee asked me that. I don't fight anymore, except to defend myself. I killed a guy once. And that was once too many. That's why they chucked me in this goddamn colony. It was justice.
How did it happen?
It was just an ordinary bar fight. I didn't mean to kill the guy. I just must have hit him too hard. I was a blacksmith at the time. I didn't know my own strength.
Why did you join this camp?
I'll tell you. My only option was to join those sect loonies, and I didn't want to let those gurus of theirs mess about with my brain. In the old camp, I'd have had too much trouble with the guards, but the mercenaries and rogues do have some respect.
They're afraid of you?
Maybe. Anyway, I found peace here, and you should try the same.
Can you teach me to be as strong as you are?
Even if I could, what would you use your strength for?
To teach these bastards how to talk to me properly.
And before you knew it, you'd become another of those bastards yourself. No, sir, I'm not training you for that.
I've been thinking the whole thing over.
And? Have you thought of anything better?
No.
I thought so.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. My mouth's like a desert.
You okay?
What do you want? Did the Rice Lord send you? I'm already working as hard as I can.
Nobody sent me. I just want to talk. What can you tell me about the camp?
It's dangerous going there. Lee's mercenaries and the mages are okay, but you gotta watch out for the rogues.
Are you working in the rice fields voluntarily?
Yeah, that's right. Better to be working here of your own free will than being forced into it by the Rice Lord's thugs.
I see. Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. My mouth's like a desert.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. A bit longer and I'd have started drinking mud.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. My mouth's like a desert.
Hi, I'm new here. I just wanted to know what goes on around here.
Ask someone else, will ya? I do nothing but work out here in the fields. I don't know nothing. Man, I'd love to tell the Rice Lord to do his own damn dirty work.
If you don't like it, why are you working here?
It happened the first day I got here. Lefty, one of the thugs that works for the Rice Lord, came up to me and asked if I could lend a hand in the rice fields. Sure, I said. I was new here and I wanted to make myself useful. The next day, when I was taking a short rest, the guy turned up again. You don't want to let all your colleagues do all their work by themselves, do you? He asked. I told him I was exhausted from the previous day's work, that I needed a rest and all that. But he never listened. He grabbed me by the collar and dragged me back to the field. From that day on, he stood outside my doorstep every day until I got used to going on my own. I didn't want any trouble with those guys. They're real cutthroats. You'd better steer clear of them.
Who is the Rice Lord?
He was one of the first to arrive here. He helped found the camp and start up the rice fields. These days, he just hangs out at the warehouse stretching his stomach, the fat pig.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. A bit longer and I'd have started drinking mud.
Hey, you! Well done. You're useful for something after all. I think this is exactly the right task for you. From now on, you do it every day. Go on with it right now.
Hi, I'm new here.
It's good to see a fresh face.
You must have been here a long time, huh?
Damn right, boy. I was one of the first.
In that case, you must know a lot about this place.
So-so. I spend most of my time out here just picking rice. That's what let me get so old. We get some rice and the odd schnapps. That's not much, but that's enough.
Why are you here?
Taxes, boy, taxes. My shed was as empty as my stomach, and I just couldn't pay. So one day the soldiers came and brought me here, but it's no worse in here than it is out there. At least I won't starve in here. I always paid my taxes before, all my life. But that wasn't good enough for that son of a bitch with a crown.
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
You have to watch what you tell people.
What are you doing here?
I'm a hunter. I make a living out of selling skins and teeth.
Does it pay?
If you know how to cut up the beast the right way, yeah.
Can you teach me something?
Yes, I can teach you to improve your dexterity or your strength.
As long as I'm not involved. Keep it to yourself. People don't need
Your strength has increased a lot. Come back soon. There are many things you need to learn.
What about my esteem within the camp?
I've talked to a few people.
And?
Scatty has told me he's anxious to see how you come off against Kurgo. And he's anxious to see if you'll challenge Karim. Whistler told me the story about Fisk. Well, if I was you, I would have taken the ore and cleared off. But anyway, he thinks a great deal of you. Sly told me that you found Neck. He seemed to be really content. Fingers told me that you've already learned a bit, but he thinks you can still improve your skills. You've really managed to get the recipe from Kalam. Dexter is very impressed, and so am I. The business with Mordrag is really quite a job. He's not bad as a warrior. You should exercise if you really want to defeat him. All things considered, that's not too bad for a newcomer.
Take care. How's it going?
Good. With me, you don't need to worry about Diego anymore.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, huh?
That's the way it is.
How often have I told you bastards not to run through my hut?
What's your problem?
Leave me alone, man. Everyone's a problem with me. It all started when I built my hut. Don't build your hut close to the ditch, they said. But none of these bastards told me what would happen if I still did it. When I came back from the mine a few days ago, I had a second door. Those pigs, I hate them. I can't tell you how much I hate them. Now everybody runs through my hut. Every idiot.
Ah, good to see you, my friend.
How about your daily contribution? Your 10 ores due, you know?
I'm not paying. You've had enough out of me already.
You disappoint me. We're not friends anymore. See to it that you don't get mugged and robbed on your own now.
Don't worry, I can take care of it myself just fine.
We'll see.
See ya.
Take care of yourself, kid.
Don't try that again.
He's never gonna show his face around here again.
I'd have felt happier if you'd killed him.
You have to watch what you tell people. Maybe that won't happen again.
Worse shit.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
I doubt that's not...
How often have I told you bastards not to run through my hut?
Everything you hear. Same old story every time. Better not go rushing into anything.
Rely on someone.
Hang on. I hear you've spoken to Bloodwind.
Why? What do you want?
It was real cool of you to refuse to pay him protection money. It means we're all gonna have to pay your share as well. I'll make sure you remember next time he asks you. Don't panic! You've won! He's had enough!
So, you do know what's good for you.
He's had enough! Don't panic! You've won! Let me pass. Looking for trouble again?
So you think you're one of the wild boys, do you? Why don't you try it with me?
You want to get whacked? All right, if that's what you want. Don't panic! He's had enough!
The fight! He has finished him off!
Hey, you. I learned you didn't want to pay protection money to Bloodwind.
What do you want?
To warn you, Bloodwind paid some people. They're gonna do you in. I saw how he talked to people like Herrick over there, and God knows who else he hired.
Your warning about Herrick is a bit late.
He must have talked to somebody else as well. That much I know, so do take care.
Hey, you! Mordrag was one of my most important suppliers, you idiot. If you want to join this camp, it'll be very hard for you to get my vote.
You're trading things which belong to the ore barons. Thorus will be interested in that.
Don't try it on, pal.
Relax, maybe I can make up for it, can I?
I wouldn't know how you're gonna do that, unless you get me a new fence from the new camp.
How am I supposed to find somebody like that?
I just told you, I don't believe that you'll ever be on good terms with me.
Then just kiss my ass.
doubt that's ever likely to change.
See ya.
Take care of yourself, kid.
Very different.
There must be. Totally. It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
There must be something. Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything. Keep it to yourself.
What about my esteem within the camp?
I've talked to a few people.
And?
Scatty has told me he's anxious to see how you come off against Kurgo. And he's anxious to see if you'll challenge Karim. Whistler told me the story about Fisk. Well, if I was you, I would have taken the ore and cleared off. But anyway, he thinks a great deal of you. Sly told me that you found Neck. He seemed to be really content. Fingers told me that you've already learned a bit, but he thinks you can still improve your skills. You've really managed to get the recipe from Colum. Dexter is very impressed, and so am I. Thorus says we could make use of someone like you. That's very good for you. You've found enough people to speak in your favor. But you still have to pass the test of faith.
Take care.
Hey, you! Aren't you the guy who wants to join the camp?
What if I am?
I could help you.
And how?
There are two guys sitting around outside the camp. One of them has stolen something from the ore barons. It's a precious amulet, which should have arrived with the last convoy. One of them should still be in possession of the amulet. If we attack them together, we should manage. I couldn't do it on my own. What do you say?
What will happen when we have the amulet?
That's an easy one. I'll return it and get the reward. I'll tell them you helped me. Then you'll be in Gomez's good books for sure.
No, it's either 50-50 or you can do it on your own.
Okay, 50-50. I suppose it'll be enough for the two of us anyway. So, can I count on you?
Count me in.
All right, just tell me when we can start.
And how far have you got with your tests?
I've already talked to Dexter and Sly and Fingers. They are some of the most influential shadows here in the camp.
I'm ready to go with you. Let's get the amulet.
Okay, let's do it then.
Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything. I'm not listening to all...
So, here we are, far away from your friend Diego. I'm to send you regards from Bloodwind.
You'll be sorry for that. Yes, you beat me. It was a good fight, but now it's over.
How's it going?
There's a lot of work. We need a lot of rice to feed.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
How's it going?
There's a lot.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
Thanks, boy. I needed that.
You okay?
What do you want? Did the rice...
Nobody sent... Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Water? Hey man, there's none left. Don't tell me everyone got some except me again.
Hey, you! I told you to take some water to the peasants. I don't like people who make promises and then don't keep them.
I thought that had been clear.
Hey, you! I told you to take some water to the peasants. I don't like people who make promises and then don't keep them.
Put the weapon away! Put it away!
A fight! The fight's been decided.
He deserved
Don't try that again.
I'll make sure your ore is well invested.
You've given me a fair thrashing, man. 'Twas a good fight, but now it's over.
How are you, my friend?
Oh man, what do you want?
The peasants look thirsty.
I'll see to it, don't worry.
You looking for trouble with me again?
A fight! Let's see.
He deserved. Don't try that again.
Let's see who's gonna... A sad performance. A tiny gust of wind and he would have toppled over anyway. Sad performance. A tiny gust of wind and he would have toppled over anyway.
I thought that had been cleared up ages ago. People always talk. I thought that had been cleared up ages. I'm not listening to all that blathering anymore. Same old story every time.
You'll be sorry for that. You looking for trouble with me again?
That's not really my problem. Same old story every time. You probably rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes. People always talk. It's obvious.
Do you intend to go through this gate?
Do you intend to stop me?
No, but you should know what's waiting for you. This is not like in the old camp, and not like being with the sect loonies either.
And what am I expecting here?
There are no guards or Templars to look after you. It's every man for himself. The only ones who stick together are us mercenaries.
What do the mercenaries do?
We are the mercenaries of the water mages. Our target is to break free from here. We're working hard for it, And don't plan to take things easy like the guys from the old camp who are just having an easy time resting on the backs of the diggers. And we all follow Lee. He's a great man. He's the one who holds this damn camp together.
What do the mages do?
They investigate the magic characteristics of the ore our scrapers collect in the mine. As far as I know, they want to blow the whole damn ore mound sky high to free us from the barrier.
Sounds dangerous.
They said we shouldn't worry.
You have a massive ore mound here?
You could say that. We could buy the king's wife for that. But we don't give a damn about trading the ore with that old fart. We want to get out of here.
Where's the ore mound?
You want to see a real mound of ore, do you? There's a hole in the middle of the cave. They shove it all in there. But you won't get anywhere near it, I can tell you. The mages and our people guard the ore day and night.
I was just curious. What about the rest of the people?
All crooks. They don't give a damn about the camp. I'd rather just have the peasants guarding the front gate.
How are things going at the moment?
The scrapers are still collecting. Once they have enough ore, we'll blow the mound up. Watch your back.
How's it going?
As always, making sure that no one gets too close to the mages and the ore.
What can you tell me about this camp?
Watch out while you're here. There are a lot of cutthroats around in the camp. We have a number of unwritten laws here. 1. Only the mercenaries can enter the mage's zone. 2. You try to get anywhere near the ore mound, you're a dead man. 3. Don't try to get into the bar on the lake. You see, that's the rogues' bar, and they don't like new kids like you showing up there.
Who calls the shots around here?
We mercenaries all follow Lee. He's made a deal with the mages. We protect them, they get us out of here.
So the mages are really in charge?
Nope. Nobody's in charge of the camp. Most people here are just guys that couldn't or wouldn't stay in the old camp. We all do our own thing here. We only agree on one thing. It's better to pile the ore into a mound and blow it up than to send it on to that goddamn king.
Do you need another good man?
We won't have anyone join the mercenaries unless they've been here for years and have had a lot of experience. If you want to stay in the camp, you'll have to get to grips with the rogues first.
Where can I find Lee?
Go into the big cave, keep to your right, and go right up to the top.
Where can I find Laris?
Right at the back, on the left-hand side of the big cave. You can't miss it. As soon as his guys stop you, you'll know you found him.
Where can I find a mage?
They usually live in the secluded upper section of the cave, but sometimes you see them down at the ore mound in the middle of the cave.
Are you looking for something?
I'm looking for leaks in the dam. I reckon there's a lurker gnawing at the foundations. The beast grinds its teeth and claws against the stones and wooden beams underwater. If it carries on, the whole dam will soon be undermined.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Sure, stop that beast from gnawing at my dam.
Where can I find the beast?
I'd hunt round on the other side of the lake. Nobody ever goes there. That's probably where its den is.
Did you build the dam?
Yes, I built the dam back when we founded the new camp. Of course everyone helped, but I was the master builder.
How's it going?
As always, making sure that no one gets too close to the...
You okay?
All's quiet for now.
For now?
If the rogues keep on attacking Gomez's convoys, it won't be long before him and his army come knocking down the gates. And that's not gonna be much fun.
Is there any trouble in this camp?
Man, there's always trouble. The rogues do as they please, and we mercenaries have to shield the mages and defend the camp.
Who calls the shots around here?
We do as the mages say, but usually they don't say nothing. They just hang out by the ore mound and bury their noses in their books. Basically, Lee's in charge. He's our boss.
I want to become a mercenary for the mages.
That's not so hard. If you're prepared to fight for our cause, Lee's bound to take you on. But he only takes people who are good with a sword. Well, are you?
Well...
I thought so. If you're really serious, talk to Gorn. He's trained newcomers before. Maybe you'll be lucky, and he'll take the time to train you.
I'd kill the beast.
Great. I got some of the Rice Lord's men to help me fix some of the damage it's caused. Now I can finally get some sleep.
Everything okay with the dam?
It's strong as a fortress. Nothing can knock it down.
Greetings, magician.
May the blessing of Adams be with you. I can help you to increase your magic powers or give you some useful items. What can I do for you?
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
We are the magicians of the Circle of Water. The magicians of the Circle of Fire live in the old camp.
But I can't get into the castle. Could you help me?
Well, occasionally we send messengers to our brothers in the old camp, but we only entrust these messages to Lara's men. He's been seeing to it for many years now that our messengers arrive safely.
You want to destroy the barrier. How exactly do you plan to do that?
We need major amounts of magic ore. We'll release the entire magic power and a great magic rite to blow up the barrier. Of course, such a big amount of ore attracts a lot of rogues and crooks. That's why we need a man to defend our plan.
I'd like to join you.
If you want to join us, you should see Lee or Laris.
I'd like to become a magician.
We cannot afford to spread our knowledge among our enemies. We will not even consider instructing you unless you prove your loyalty to us.
I need more magic power.
I can help you to increase your power. Use it wisely.
I want to acquire magic writings.
Something about that story after all.
That's really not my problem.
As long as I'm not involved. You're very probably right. I'm not involved. No doubt that's ever likely to change.
Stop us!
There must be something about that story after all.
I better keep out of that.
What goes on here?
You've not been here long, have you? The mages have been preparing for the blasting of the ore mountain. At least it looks that way.
You're from the sect camp, aren't you?
We call it the Brotherhood. I'm Baal Kagan. The sleep will be with you.
What are you doing here?
Originally, I was sent here to convince people to join our Brotherhood, but these barbarians are not interested in spiritual enlightenment. Therefore, I'm restricted to selling swamp weed. And that is a popular occupation here. Too popular. I can hardly deliver as much as they want to have.
Why don't they send an extra man here?
Baal Isidro was meant to help me, but he just spends all day in the bar on the lake and trades his wheat for rice schnapps. He's addicted to the spirit. I fear I cannot expect any help from him.
I could help you sell your weed to the people.
I can only entrust such a large amount of weed to members of the Brotherhood. But you could help me give out gifts. Not everybody has tasted my goods yet. As soon as they've tried the weed, they'll want more, which means I can sell more.
I thought you could hardly manage to do your tasks now.
Baal Isidro will be taken care of soon. I've already sent a message to Korkalam.
What's in it for me if I hand out the weed for you?
I can reward you in many different ways. You can get magic spell scrolls from me, bearing the powerful magic of the sleeper. Or I can help you join our community if that's what you want. I have very good contacts to Korkalam and Baal Tyon. Both are very close to Iberion, our master. I can pay you with plain ore as well if you prefer. 100 nuggets should be enough for your efforts.
Okay, give me the weed. Who do you want me to give it to?
You're sure to find someone who'll take it. Talk to people, but only give one stalk to each person. One more thing. If you let somebody take the weed from you, or if you smoke it yourself, our deal ceases to exist.
Sure. I've shared out the weed.
I haven't seen any new customers yet. Share out some more.
Show me your goods.
As you wish.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10 ore for it. Here. Anytime you need to get rid of some more, just stop by.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10.
Now where are you going?
Where can I go?
To Laris.
I want to see Laris.
I doubt he'll talk to you.
Just you leave that to me.
I won't stop you.
What are you guarding?
We make sure none of these or Gomez's people come too close to Laris.
Where do you want to go?
I want to meet Laris.
Laris is here, but you need a good reason to disturb him.
I want to join your gang.
Many people want to join us. You'll have to make a better offer if you want to pass through this gate.
Mordrag sent me.
Mordrag hasn't been seen here for some time. He's probably changed over to the old camp.
I came here with him.
Mordrag's back? If you meet him, tell him Laris wants to see him.
Mordrag gave me something for Laris.
What is it?
A ring.
Certainly a precious piece. Okay, you can see him.
I want to join your gang.
Oh, yeah? What have you got to show for yourself, lad?
Mordrag sent me. He gave me a ring for you.
A precious piece. It's part of normal procedure here to share your booty with your gangmate. But the fact that he gave you the ring proves that he must think a lot of it. I want you to go to him and tell him something from me. Tell him I want somebody in the sect camp. The Brotherhood is planning something big. I want to know exactly what's going on there.
Is that enough for me to join you?
Mordrag has spoken up for you, but you're not ready yet. Do your tasks.
What else can I do?
Baal Isidro from the sect camp has weed worth at least 400 more on it. I want you to get it from him. I don't care how you do it.
If you have the weed, sell it. Bring me the 400 ore. Then we'll talk again to see if you'll be admitted to the gang.
Where can I learn something?
With me, I can help you to improve your dexterity and strength.
I want to better myself. Hey, how's it going?
Do you want to buy something?
I need a few things.
Listening to all the blather.
Fisk from the old camp is looking for a new trading partner.
And why are you telling me about it?
I thought you might be interested in earning some ore.
Why not? Tell Fisk he can count on me in the next few days.
Wasn't very clever.
That wasn't very clever.
Hang on. Let's not go rushing into anything.
Maybe. You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
He goes, I'll have a stool for 10 ore. Come back anytime, brother.
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
He goes,
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want some?
Sure. Here's 10 ore. Come by again when you get some more, will ya?
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
He goes, I'll have a stool for 10 ore. Come back anytime, brother.
You don't look very agile. I could help you. I can show you how to control your body. It's the art of acrobatics.
Hey, you.
Who? Me?
Exactly. Come over here.
What do you want?
You've just arrived, haven't you? I noticed it straight away.
There are a lot of things you need to know. I can teach you a few things. Besides, you have to watch who you talk to. Butch, for example. That's the guy over there next to the campfire. Be aware of him.
What's the matter with Butch?
He has the mean habit of beating up the new ones. So you better avoid meeting him.
What can you teach me?
It depends. What do you want to know?
How are you?
Man, what do you think? Eat then off to the...
I have some swamp weed here. You want some?
Sure. Here's 10 ore. Come by.
Hi, who are you?
It's none of your business. I don't like your mug.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10 anything.
You look like you could do with...
You go some.
I have some swamp weed here.
Sure. Come by.
You look like you...
But you go none.
Where can I get a bow here?
You've come to the right address for that. I offer good value for good ore.
Who are you?
I'm Wolf. I make armor.
I'd like to learn how to handle a bow.
I can teach you, but I can't do it as a favor. After all, I have to eat as well.
How much?
Anything I teach you will cost you 50 ore. I don't haggle.
I'm looking for better armor.
I can't sell you anything. Players would kill me if I sold armor to strangers.
How do I get furs and skins?
On the way to the new camp, you'll come across 80. He can teach you how to skin animals. Radford and Drax are hanging around in the north of the old camp. It's on the way to the trading square.
Do you trade for anything else?
I buy furs and skins from the hunters. If you get something like that, I'll buy it.
You probably... you're probably right.
I've shared out the weed.
The first new customers have already been to see me. You've done a good job. What will you have as a reward?
These spell scrolls are quite interesting. What kind of spells are they?
Fist of Wind, Charm, Telekinesis, Pyrokinesis, and Sleep. You may pick 3 of these spells.
Help me to join the Brotherhood.
Your request is modest. I'll help you, so listen to me. Baal Tyon is one of the lower gurus, just like myself. Ebarion has made him one of his advisors. That has not done him any good. He now thinks he's so important that he'll talk to nobody but his disciples. If you give him this here, it'll loosen his tongue.
How are things?
Get lost!
You okay?
All's quiet for now.
For now?
If the rogues keep on attacking Gomez's Congo, and that's not...
Hey, a new face.
Who are you?
I am Gorn, mercenary of the magicians.
What do you have to do as a mercenary of the magicians?
Lee has made a deal with the magicians. He hires the best fighters to be found in the colony, which means us. We take care that the scrapers can mine the ore without being bothered and keep trouble away from the magicians. The magicians make sure we'll get out of here, and we get a small share of the ore as our pay.
What do I have to do to join the new camp?
Before Lee admits you, you'll have to improve your fighting skills. It doesn't matter what weapon you use, but you have to be good. Besides, you should be very experienced with the life here and everything. If you don't want to go to the other camps, you should try to join the rogues before you start as a mercenary.
Can I stay somewhere here without having to kick somebody out of his hut?
I don't think so. But if that's really what you want to do, go and see Shrike. He's taken the hut right at the front, at the entrance to the cave. It was empty, but it really belonged to us.
Us?
Well, us mercenaries. Mercenaries and rogues live separately here. And none of Laris's gang should be here, on this side of the big hole. It doesn't make much difference, really, but he didn't ask. You can't let those rogues get away with everything, because then they get real cocky. See you later.
Boring fight.
The fight's been decided.
You won't have much time to be sorry for it. You looking for trouble with me again?
Get lost.
I'll talk to you later. Hey, you! Buzz off! Get out of here! Lucky for you, but I would have enjoyed polishing your mug.
There was a time when things would have gone very different.
Shrike has moved to another hut.
Good, but Torloff just told me that he wanted to have a word with the guy.
Let's talk about something else instead.
See you later.
I want to improve my handling of one-handed weapons.
Of course. It'll cost you, though. I want 30 ore.
I doubt that's ever likely to change. Hang on. Let's talk about something.
Who are you?
I'm Torloff. I was involved in a mutiny as mate of a royal warship. It wasn't such a good idea. The greater part of the crew was on the captain's side. That's how I came to be here.
I'd like to join you.
Lee won't take you on until you get real good. I'm telling you now. Until then, you better stay on good terms with Laris and his crowd. You want some advice, boy? Steal something important from the old camp. Or the old mine. As soon as the boys notice that you're against Gomez, you won't have any more trouble here.
And how do I do that?
You need to win their trust, and then you can rip them off.
Stop! Nobody may pass without the password.
Do you know where you're heading?
Where?
You're heading straight for Lee, our leader.
What do I need to do to make you let me see Lee?
Nothing. This isn't the old camp, and Lee isn't Gomez. He doesn't need an army of henchmen to hide behind. He can defend himself. We are only here in case he needs us.
You're the boss of the mercenaries, aren't you?
That's right, boy.
Which task do the mage's mercenaries have?
Very simple. Protect the ore, protect the mages. Sometimes the mages have a special task for one of us.
I'd like to join you.
You have a nerve. Do you honestly think I'll just take anybody who walks in here? You can only become one of us after you've spent a certain time in the camp. I'll observe you. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
visitor. Don't make any trouble here, or else you'll be for it.
I just want to have a look around here.
Then mind you don't step on anybody's feet.
I want to go into the mine.
I can hardly believe you'll manage that. But just speak to Occhio.
I'd better be going.
I hope we understand each other. Let me pass.